Welcome to the Policies and Procedures Training module from the Goodhue County Education District, presented by Weston Johnson. This presentation is aligned to our goal of adhering to school and district policies and procedures. The objective of this module is that you will be able to adhere to policies and procedures. This presentation will cover our targeted element of adhering to school and district policies and procedures. This will include an overview of the element, examples of evidence, presentation of the learning progression for the element, and a top 10 list for River Bluff Education Center staff. Okay, let's take a quick look at the element of adhering to school and district policies and procedures. Both the focus of this element and the desired effect are the same. The focus of this element is on teachers' adherence to school and district policies and procedures. A common confusion with this element is to think the focus is on student adherence. But again, the focus of this element is on our professional responsibilities as teachers. The desired effect of a teacher's implementation of this element is their adherence to school and district policies and procedures. Now we'll look at examples of teacher evidence for this element. The evidence for this element can be found from multiple sources. Here are examples. Teacher performs assigned duties. Teacher demonstrates personal integrity and ethics. Teacher uses social media appropriately. Teacher fulfills responsibilities in a timely manner. Teacher follows policies, procedures, regulations, for examples, bullying policies, human resource plans, sexual harassment guidelines. Teacher advocates for equality for each student. Teacher maintains confidentiality of colleagues, students, and families. Teacher understands legal issues related to colleagues, students, and families. For example, cultural, special needs, and equal rights. Teacher maintains accurate records. For example, student progress, attendance, and parent conferences. This section will cover the progression of learning provided by Marzano's rubric for this element. Marzano provides a rubric for the adherence to school and district policies and procedures. It begins at no attempt to adhere to school and district policies and procedures, then inconsistent adherence, then adherence. Once adherence is consistently met, application includes articulating of how policies and procedures are being adhered to. And lastly, the innovation level is met by helping others by sharing evidence of how to support school and district policies and procedures. Now on to a top 10 list of policies and procedures for River Bluff Education Center staff. And here's our top 10 reminders. 10. Getting to school before students is not the same as being on time. 9. Lessons and units of instruction need to be based on available Minnesota Department of Education standards. 8. Social media posts often have a timestamp. 7. Individualized education plans and evaluation summary report timelines aren't optional. 6. Helping others adhere to policies and procedures goes beyond holding the doors open for them when they're late. 5. Complete and turn in restrictive procedure paperwork within 1 week of incident. 4. Sign out of the building if you leave during the day. 3. Finalize individualized education plans 14 days after a prior written notice. Number 2, attendance needs to be taken at the beginning of every class period. And number 1, silverware in the staff lounge is not take home or one-time use. And here we have some bonus content. As a reminder, student planning teams are required to consider whether assistive technology devices or services are needed for students with disabilities, and such devices or services are considered as to ensure a free, appropriate public education. The term assistive technology device means any item, piece of equipment, or product system, whether acquired commercially off the shelf, modified, or customized, that is used to increase, maintain, or improve the functional capabilities of a child with a disability. In conclusion, we are continuing to work on our adherence to school and district policies and procedures. We have reviewed multiple sources of evidence for this element of professional growth, and Marzano's rubric for this element can be used for professional growth by determining a baseline and establishing a goal to work toward. And lastly, we went over a brief top 10 list of River Bluff Education Center policy and procedure reminders. Thank you for attending this online training module. Again, I'm Weston Johnson with the Goodhue County Education District.